I think we have ably demonstrated these past 7 years that we are truly the party of commerce.
Well, then why does the Business Enterprise Foundation support our fully costed manifesto, eh? Tell me that.
Your party can't be trusted with the economy.
Well, we have moderate plans for steady growth.
Oh, listen to the pair of you competing for your master's approval. You're the party of economic stability. You're the party of business. So, who is left for the rest of us?
You're hardly a poor man with your TV career.
No, not now, no. But I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth like you, Mr. Hamilton man, or went to private school and then university like you, Mr. McNair. But you know what that does give me?
No, please don't say the common touch.
It gives me a bit of fucking perspective.
Please, control your language, Mr.
Sorry,
Clement.
Actually, no, you know what? I am not sorry if the language that I use, the language of the ordinary people, is considered to be, I don't know, unsuitable or offensive, because it is just a word. Whereas these two will fuck up your life for a crumb off Remington's Vist's table, but they will use all the right words.
When you make us sound like yobbos.
You are yobbos. You come in loud, you kick the country in the face, you nick all of our stuff to sell to your rich mates, and then you pat us on the head and expect us to be grateful for the doggy treat.
Unfortunately, it'll take more than earthy rhetoric to balance the books. What the electorate want is a strong economy.
What the electorate want is to be heard.
We're going to invest record sums in health, education, and welfare. Of course, it may mean that we have to ask everybody across the country to dig into their pockets a little just to help us out.
Ridiculous.
Mr. Clement, please control yourself. Mr. Hamilton man.
This is a country that celebrates success, where if you work hard and apply yourself, you too can reap the benefits of your labours. And let's not forget, the rich pay more money in tax than any other section of society.
Well, if they want to pay less tax, they could choose to have less money.
Hard
Don't
work.
talk to me about hard work, Mr. Hamilton man, with your soft hands and your silver tongue. You'd never worked a day in your life.
I was Prime Minister for the last 3 years.
Not because you needed the salary, because you wanted to make the policies that ensured that your real wealth was protected, because that is what you lot do. You pretend you've earned it, but nearly all of you haven't. It was just there, all along. Your money makes you money while you play the great orator. You have built nothing.
I built a strong economy with significant foreign investment.
For who? Where is this growth that you keep banging on about? All I can see is the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. Well, enough is enough. You got too greedy, pal. And now you're going to lose it a lot.
Of course, our party understands that we must raise tax gradually, or we risk an exodus of all of the wealth creators.
Let them try.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
I said let them fucking try. Why is it always the same with you lot? Every 4 or 5 years you come around telling us what we want to hear. You talk about stability, you talk about hope, you talk about trust, and then one of you wins, and it doesn't really matter which one, to be honest, and then you get on with your life and fucking nothing changes.
Very passionate, if totally inaccurate.
Yes, I agree with Jacob.
Yeah, of course you do. That's the old bloody problem.
Your passion is so infectious, so attractive. The polls tell us that. But where does that passion lead? How will your passion help when our neighbours are laughing at your ridiculous monetary policies? When you bankrupted the nation, what will your passion do then? Will it turn to anger and start a war, I wonder?
I am the only man on this stage who has actually fought in a war. Perhaps you should remember that, Mr. Hamilton man.
What we offer in our party is moderation. We won't make the radical changes that Mr. Clement's party promises, but that's because, well, we rather like this country as it is. Yes, there are inequalities that need easing, and yes, Mr. Hamilton man and I disagree on how much should be spent on health, policing, and, of course, education. But where we agree and why this country has lasted is that we know change must be slow.
Slow and consensual. You have to take the public with you.
The public are with us.
For now, you're new. You wait until the media start pecking at you. Wait until the gloss comes off your shiny utopian policies.
Yes, honeymoon periods only last so long, you know?
We will bring this nation together.
Perhaps. But it's more likely that you'll start a civil war. Every single study worldwide acknowledges that a society's most stable building block is the family.
Well, yes, obviously, we think that family is important too, but just, not in the way that you do.
We need to put in place policies that encourage families to stay together.
Whose family?
I beg your pardon?
Your family, Jacob, with your estate and your nannies to wipe your ass?
Yes, nannies.
Or yours, Henry, where your children's education is factored into the budget?
But my parents were self-made.
Self-made millionaires, yeah, no, I get it. And if I came from families like yours, I'd probably feel the same way too, but I didn't. I didn't get piano lessons. Our neighbours didn't complain about us because we had piano lessons. They complained about us because we fought. We fought and we fought. My dad tore strips off us with his bare hands and his belt. And we deserved it because we fought too. And there were times... Doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is that not all families should be encouraged to stay together. There are some cases where families should just simply be left to rot. And they're sticking two chubby fingers up to both of you for families first and families forever or whatever it may be, because they didn't stay together because they wanted to. They stayed together because they had to. Because the successive policies of both your governments meant do that or fucking starve. Can I get a drink of something up here? I'm bloody parched.
Oh, cut and thrust getting a bit much for you. Would you like a chair?
I'm younger than you, Mr. Hamilton, man.
And yet, at first glance, one would be hard-pressed to spot that.
You know, I've been, up and down the country on the campaign trail, and a lot of young people have come up to me, and they're not all criminals, which, surprised me.
Are you sure you wouldn't like something stronger?
I beg your pardon.
I believe the ale in Hunterdon is bracing at this time of year.
Yeah, I like a drink, and I've never tried to hide it.
Hard to hide something that's been splashed across our screens these past 30 years. The evidence of your unsuitability for office writ large for all to behold.
Whereas yours were hidden all these years, weren't it?
My peccadillos have now, to the great embarrassment of my family, been much publicised by the tabloid newspapers.
To the great embarrassment of your family. Your family. Mate, you were going into graveyards at night, whacking off onto the graves of dead feminists. Peccadillos? You were lucky they didn't burn you in National Park.
I think the electorate of this country are sophisticated, Mr. Clement. I'm undergoing treatment for my eccentricities, and I think my record shows that I am, nonetheless, a safe pair of hands.
I've been, shaking hands up and down the country, and what I have
You
found...
are delusional, pal. You're a corpse that doesn't know that it's dead yet, and you... with your platitudes and your endless double talk and your perfectly coiffured sound bites, you're almost worse than him, because at least we can see what gets him off. But you're just shitting in our mouths and asking us to thank you.
Mr. Clement, please.
Sorry, they started it. Yeah, I drink, but then so do all of you who are voting out there, and I know that you believe that I don't lie, unlike Mr. McNair here, and I don't hold dark secrets like Mr. Hamilton Mann.
I just think we've all heard enough about graveyards, and the electorate want us focused on getting the job done with the economy and immigration.
Do you? Do you really think that? Or is that just something you desperately want to believe?
Well, gentlemen, I would imagine we'll all find out on election night.
Yes.
Yeah, we will.
Viewers, we've got a bit of a treat coming up for you.
Naked twat snatchers!
No, it's not that.